Hello, hello, team. How are we? Yes, yes, yes. Omara, mute your microphone, please. Mute your microphone, Omara. Ninaziwa. Bana, thank you so much for joining in. Let me go for these people to mute. Whenever you join an online meeting, I request you mute your microphone. Hey, bana, imwebale kuja. Woo! You are all very, very welcome. Every Sunday, we are always going to be having a leaders training. Now, so just know that this is going to be leaders session. Yeah, this year 2025, we want to see leaders who are making money. We want to see leaders who are making money. We want to see leaders who are buying assets. We want to see leaders who are buying things, tangible things from Royal Q business. We want to see people buying land, buying cars, building houses. You get the point? Starting up farms, people traveling. That's what we want to see in 2025. But of course, how to achieve that? Money. Sente. Tell a neighbor sente. Tell a neighbor sente, sente, sente. Type it in the chat box. Aha. Yes, I want to see those who are very attentive. Tonight we are having a super trainer. Today the person I've invited. Today the person I've invited. This is one of my friends in the business. See this guy really building his business, and one of the things I really love about him is his resiliency and his way of doing things. Man, let me tell you something. If there is anyone you know for sure who is doing something and you're like, wow, this guy really deserves every success he has today and he was going to achieve in the business, he really deserves this. This is one of the most hardworking leaders I have seen in Royal Q. This is my friend I was with in a different company. He was even in my team. When in Robo, he was in my team. He joined when I left. Now, yeah, but Hanniks, how did I miss you for sure? But anyway, today we are with him. He's my very good working partner, and I want to tell you something. Today we have him here today. He's going to give us very good words. And let me tell you, leaders, whenever you come at this session of Sunday, please bring out your diary or your notebook. Note some things. One of the trainings I gave you sometime, I told you that the things which will make you successful, you want to get them from training. You get them from conversations of the top leaders. So what we are going to have today is a conversation. This guy is going to tell us his story, how he has built this business. Anyway, everything you're going to see it from his session. Now, tell the neighbor now, now, now. I want to see those who are attentive. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. Give me a celebrating icon. Give me the hand clap. I want to see the screen full of the celebrations and the icons going up as we are inviting our next trainer. Hey, but just keep doing that. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. As I'm inviting this gentleman, the person I'm going to invite is a leader, is a mentor, is a V4 by rank, a senior icon of Royal Q. He has built a team of over 1,000 people in Royal Q team. This is a gentleman who is really breaking records. This is a gentleman who is shipping in his beautiful car. His, my goodness. This is the gentleman who is really taking every rib of Royal Q. It's very soon a V6. You will see him. Let's invite. Let's invite. Give me more hand claps. I need more hand claps as I'm inviting this gentleman. Give me more hand claps, more hand claps, more hand claps. Yes, I want full screen. I want the screen full. Come on. Someone is raising up the hand. Please just raise up the hand. Do this. Aha, like this. Hey, tap the three dots. Give me a hand clap. as I'm inviting this gentleman, a leader, sir, we are humbled to have you here, and we are really very ready to learn from you, sir.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother Sechimwanyi, my brother Sechimwanyi Osama. I am really, really very excited about this opportunity, and of course, uh, about the fact that my brother just introduced me to this. I mean, into this session. One, I firstly want to welcome you all onto this session. It's really going to be a fully fledged session for all of us. And Mukulu, you're going to allow us mix somehow. There are those certain phrases we want to make actually in our local languages here, and it's really a privilege to, I mean, to be with you tonight. My name is Ambassador Hanniks, and I come from Kampala, Uganda. I'm an accounting specialist and a cryptocurrency trading consultant. I have had an opportunity as a young person to trade with Reiki for the past 2.8 years. Tell your neighbor 2.8 years. Tonight it's gonna be, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to say, but of course it's gonna be a bit soft. For most of you know me as a very vocal person, but of course tonight it's gonna be a little bit soft. But I would love to ask you to pull out your diaries and of course your pens. I have my diary here, very demure, and my diaries are here, my notepad is here, and my diary is here for 2020, 2025. So one thing I want to tell you is that everything is doable. Everything is doable. I remember back in time, I never had anything on me. I was very broke. I was very hungry. I was very short. I was actually 1 kilogram. I was underweight. I was everything. I was every bad thing. I was underweight. I didn't have anything to eat. I was, I don't know, there are lots of things. I don't know. I don't know how I could actually put a proper description of how I was back in time. I mean, as a graduate from Makele University, I embarked on a journey to look for something that could, I mean, in the name of employment, look for something that I could do and could at least pay me. You know, as you go outside there to look for a job, at times you can look for a job for 1 million and suddenly you fail to get that job and then go back to a tune of wanting to get a job of maybe 200,000. Has anyone been in such a situation that you have studied and now you're looking for a job of 300,000 to survive? At some point you reach a point and you want to survive, just survive. You no longer want a serious job, but something that can help you survive. So I was in such a similar situation. As a young person who graduated in COVID, after COVID in 2022, it's when I faced it rough. Yeah. At some point I failed to pay my rent. And there's that particular time when I had $1,000, I mean 1,000 Uganda shillings. And for young people, I usually tell you, I was 24, I was bad off, I could not feed myself, I was behind my rent, and to cut the whole story short, around October 2021, I was fully evicted from my small muzigo that I was doing in 2021 in around Mutungo. So by 2021, by the end of 2021, I was nobody, I was nothing, and I'd gone back to the rags. Almost ended up on the streets. So this conversation is to. I want to speak to your mind. I want to speak to into your hearts. I want to speak to your spirit. So many of you, I usually joke and tell you guys. So many of you think you are poor today. So many of you think you're so broke today. But I was very bad off. And sometimes when you tell me your stories, and maybe excuses, I usually call them excuses. And this is the actual time that I usually tell you, you know what? You are just playing on you're just gaming. You are playing. So tonight, as we speak this conversation, I want you to pick what is going to be helping you to run your business. And maybe after this conversation, you're going to run back to your house and start taking Reiki seriously. Are we together? Start taking your Reiki seriously. So, from how did I turn from a person that was almost going to the streets, and how did I turn from someone who had 1,000 Ghana shillings, still about 1,000 Ghana shillings, and how did I turn it into $10,000 A couple of months later, someone is sharing their screen. Very unfortunate. My leader, could you please block such people? Sorry. So I was this kind of a person who could not even afford. I mean, you guys, I picked up my colleague and he was able to house me for a period of 1 year. Can you imagine? From actually October to be exact, up to the following year in August. That was when I was able now to pay for my first apartment. Yeah. So I began this business on a very sad note. Imagine living in a small Kazigo, in a small rented room. Did not have ceiling. Do you guys understand what you call a self-confused room? That's where I put up back in time, and I was not feeding rightly. I was very broke. No one actually could listen to me because that was when no one, even the poorest person in the village could actually define you as a broke person or as a poor person. It was really disheartening, and it was just from that very background. When I look back, it was just from that very background. I have something that kept on pushing me. Colleagues, what is that thing that is pushing you? What is pushing you to work? What is pushing you to work? I had something that was pushing. One, I was housed in a small rented Kazigo in one of the suburbs in Imbuya, and I was walking from Imbuya to town looking for something to do on a daily basis. That is about 15 miles to and fro from Umbuya to town, just wandering. Do you guys understand by the term wandering? In the name of finding something to eat, maybe something to do. And just that I was looking for such a particular opportunity that could actually turn my life around. I was looking for that particular opportunity. So I do not know what you're looking for. What brought you into this business? I do not know. I have no idea what brought you into this business. But I was at that particular stage in time when I needed something to eat because I'd spent close to 6 months without proper food, proper feeding. I only fed on the commando. I mean, I don't know that I can term that food. Guys here know, people from Uganda, do you really know what it means? Get beans, chop chapatis, then that flat blade, then eat it. Eat it as food. At least for a period of 6 months. So I was unable to feed. I could not even afford anything on me, and I had a very quack small phone, smartphone. I mean, for starters, I had that small smartphone, but I was looking for that particular opportunity. And within me, I was wondering, is there any opportunity that I could do that could turn my life around? Because I was 24, I was exposed because I did not have a proper family. For people who are living in Uganda, you understand that. You have grown up to about 24, 25, but at that point, you have lived in 100 homes. Can someone relate? You are 25, but you have lived with auntie so, you have lived with uncle so and so, cousin what and what have you. And to be specific, I did not have proper parents. I didn't have proper parents. I grew up from institutions paid for my tuition and what have you. And to be exact, that I come from a very, 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 very humble. And you guys, there's a way you put it, to be humble, but very, very, very poor family. Yeah, in that out of the 12 children, I am the only person that went to college. Can you imagine? I'm the only person that went to college, and you guys cannot even appreciate that. That out of 12 children, I went to college. Do you guys understand? Now that's how badly our families are in Africa, and that tells you, you know why? You know what? You are not going to make it in life. If you have a very bad background, God forbid, you may not make it in life. If you have a bad background and you don't work hard, chances are very high that you won't make it in life. So that was the person I was 2.8 years ago. And it took me 4 months to collect 350,000 Ghana shillings. That's about $90 to start my Roku business. And up to a certain time, at time XYZ, 4 months later, I couldn't even raise 120 USD. But did you know? Look at my condition back in time and your condition. If you here and you picked your 1 million, maybe that's about $300, paid for your robot, you had some little capital, you were richer than me at the time. And what is so disturbing is that people who picked their 1 million, 2 million, 3 million and paid for their boat, remain with some amount of capital to trade, do not take this business seriously. And when you go back, realize some of us who never even had something to eat are taking Reiki seriously, and it is paying over 100 million Ghana shillings in about 2.5 years. Are we looking at that? Are we looking at that? Now, my purpose tonight, guys don't even appreciate a young man making over 100 million Ghana shillings in a space of 2.5 years. You guys are joking. You wait for those for the graduates. Just waited last week. You wait for them. You'll understand what we're talking about. They're going to get jobs after 2030 and get serious after 2030. So away from that, now particularly this conversation is going to teach you. Usually we have people here that say, you know what, I would have done Royal seriously and make some money. But look here, I am broke. Look here, I cannot afford. Look here, I'm 25. Look here, I'm young. Look here, I'm a student. Look here, I can't afford food. Look here, I can't afford data bundles for like a mobile. Do we guys have such? Do we guys have such people? We have such people in our teams, and they're ever giving us excuses. I am short. I am tall. I'm never educated. I never got an education. I am thin. I am 1 kilogram. I am this and that. So we are ever giving ourselves excuses. Not only giving them to our own selves, but also extending them to our teams and extending them to our leaders. Are we together? So tonight, my conversation is going to rotate around making you start working, making you start getting serious about this business. This business really pays. Imagine someone who came without anything on me. I came with nothing. I came with nothing here. And today I'm a top leader, of course, in East Africa. And I'm one of the most influential people in East Africa regarding Reiki activity, as far as Reiki is concerned. I am the brains behind all the activities, all the events you have held for the past 2.5 years. And someone who came with nothing to eat, someone who took 4 months looking for the activation fees, and finally I failed to get the activation fees. Can you imagine? I finally failed to get the activation fees because I had by raise of hand. If you know Christian Butcher, we salute him. We salute him. Does it know the current V5? One of the current V5s we have in East Africa. So if anyone knows Sembata, that's the gentleman that picked his 100,000 Ghana shillings to top up all my activation fees. Can we give some flowers to Sembata? Can we give some flowers to Sembata? Because had it not been him, I would not be here. Imagine I wouldn't be the person you guys are looking at today or tonight. That's a gentleman that saw, I don't know what he saw in me, but he saw a gentleman who would, he saw a young person back in time that would become something. So I don't know what you see. I don't know what you see in the people that you bring into business. And guess what? Me and Sembata are buying almost the same car. Can you imagine? The guy talked up about 100,000 Ghana shillings onto my activation fee, and we have purchased the same car. You guys understand? 2.5 years later, I am standing with him in the same market, buying the same car. Do you really understand? Just imagine you pick a downline from the rags. This guy works hard. He makes close to 100 million shillings. This guy decides to buy a car, and they go in the same market with you. So this goes to the people that are here, and you feel this business is not working. I have had a billion reasons to leave this business. I've had a billion reasons to quit. I have worked hard. I have two victories. I have a single V4. I have probably my network. Are we now okay? Are we now okay? Could you please let me know if we are good? Thank you, thank you. Now, you guys don't understand. When I lived in self-confused house, you guys understand the self-confused house? Now I was looking at my life. My life was almost doomed. I thought I was doomed. I literally thought I was doomed. I thought I was doomed. You reach a point and think you are doomed. You can't do anything on your own. You can't succeed because you have limiting factors. You are short. Probably tell yourself you are short. Probably tell yourself you are tall, or maybe you are uneducated. You tell yourself you cannot achieve this because you do not have circles, people in your circles that have achieved these things. But what is that inspiration behind my success today? Because what brought me, I came here in Royal not to buy a car, not to buy a house, not to buy the land I've bought already. Not I came here not to look for such things. I came here looking for something, for some small things. I couldn't afford rent. Actually, in my neighborhood, there was a small house that I wanted to rent at 135,000 because I was already fed up of the conditions I was living in. I was living with a younger couple in a single room. Do you guys understand how bad my life was back in time? I was living with a young couple in a single room and I wanted to get independent. I wanted to get independent and I've lived with them for over a year, close to a year, from October to. So I wanted to change that kind of lifestyle I was living. I couldn't afford food, like food for Mama Nalongo iri mu Mombasa for 3K. I couldn't afford it. So I wanted to have the potential and the power. I wanted an opportunity that could show me the power, that had the power and the potential to pay for my rent. Imagine 100,000 Uganda shillings. And maybe to help me buy some foodstuffs. Foodstuffs. I wanted to buy shoes for maybe 10K in Owino. Nze byandetera omulweko birala nnyo. What I'm earning today is just, these are just bonuses. Because there was no way I could think about a car when I could not even sleep properly. I lay down on the floor, I slept on the floor. So when I look back, why someone could ask, why am I working so much today? So much hard today? Because I do not want to see myself going back to where I was 2.5 years ago. So colleagues, you have Roku. Roku is a gold mine. For starters, I want to be honest and tell you, as a young person starting trade crypto is, and with Royal Cube specifically, it is one of those other biggest decisions I've ever made for my own self. I want to repeat this so that you may understand, you may have an understanding. As a young person, one of the biggest decisions I've done for I've made for my own self and the people that I have in my family today, it is to start trading with Royal Cube. Do you guys understand? Am I talking to someone? Am I talking to someone? One of the biggest decisions I've ever made. So you see, we make so many decisions around the world, but the biggest investment and financial decisions I've ever made today as a young person, it is to choose crypto trading. Because ideally, as an accounting specialist, I would maybe make 1 million a month. Suppose that I would make maybe 1 million a month. And that may actually mean about 24 years. It may actually mean about 24 millions. Singa nazizi sigaddeyo mu accounting walinga bampadde akakadde, it will take me years to make all the monies I've made in this business. Actually, in all this time, I would have made about 30 millions. Ate zano bali naziri adda nenzipangisamu akayumba nemberamu n'amalala g'ekivubuka and all will be wasted. Just like so many of our colleagues that are working today and they can't find good money. They can't find a proper and standard lifestyle. But today, as a young person who came here looking for an opportunity that could turn my life around, I live a standard life. People here don't understand what a standard life is. Do you guys understand what a standard life is? I now start sharing my screen. Thank you for allowing me to author that background for you. I now want to share my screen and we start teaching. Let me see, someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Someone said they know what is standard life is. Are we there? My network. Some things I may not be in position to control them. Are we now there? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, does anyone know how to define what a standard life is? Standard life, we are meaning something standard life in Uganda. For starters, standard life literally means you can afford about over $1,000 a month. $1,500 a month. That is what we call a standard life in Uganda. So what I don't know what kind of life you need. I'm not sure how much you want to make. I'm not sure how much you want to make. But I want to be honest and tell you it is really doable. Colleagues, tell me if you're seeing my screen. Does anyone see my screen? Colleagues, are you able to see my screen? Someone tell me if you're able to see my screen.
Yes,
we can
we
see,
are
sir.
seeing.
Good,
Yes.
good. Now, there are specific things. You have heard the story. How I turned from 1,000 Ghana shillings to a tune of $10,000. USDT. Now, for people, it is okay. So many of us, one of this conversation is helping you not to waste time. Not to waste time. When you join this business, when you join on day one, there's certain things I expect from you, because I usually tell you colleagues that at this point in time I can just look at someone and make a decision and maybe judge them on how they're going to be successful or not in Reiki. Judging from experience. So when you join this business, these are things you should do. I'm talking to leaders. I don't have prospects here. These are things you should do. Make a decision. Decision to buy the robot is a different decision to start working. Buying a boot is simple. It is just 120 USD. Anyone can do this. But starting to work, serious work, is another decision you need to make. We are talking about decision. Another decision you need to make, because as leaders, after this year alone, 2025, there are certain things we want to change. One of those days I looked at one of the people that worked with at that building. Where was our office? Can someone tell us where our office was? Please him. Like, people are looking at us, leaders. People are looking at us. Because there are people in life that we have told, you know what, give me 2 years. Only 2 years. Give me 2 years. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it in 2 years. There are people we have told, you know what, Kabonge, Okagulire, I'm going to make it 2 years. So Kagulire is waiting for you to first make it. Make it. But I want to ask you one question, one honest question. When you look at how much you are making today in Reiki and how much you're serious, these are two things. How much you're making, today versus how much you are serious about making serious monies in this business. These are two questions. How much you are making right now and how much you are serious about making serious monies in this business. What is some serious monies in this business? A tune, for starters, a tune of $3,000 per month may not be bad for starters. But because I want to beat this, this should be monthly. I'm talking to leaders. This should be at least this. Because one, you are sure you have the potential to make this. that in a full year. What is that? If we try to calculate, am I bringing an understanding to you guys? Am I bringing an understanding? Am I making sense? Am I making some sense to you guys? This give you 300, and this is gonna give you 3 6. We're talking about 230 million Ghana shillings. This can help you buy a small car and maybe build a small house. Now you have started life. You can make this money in a full year. But where is it easy? Where is it more easy to make? From trading or from networks, team building? I want to have an honest answer. I want to have an honest answer. Where is this more probable? Where is this more probable? Can someone tell us? The chat box is open. Where is it more easy for someone to make money from easily? The chat box is open. Where is it more easy for someone to make their first $40,000 in a year? Networks. Now, how was I able to climb? How was I able to climb to this tune here? How was I able to climb to this tune here? How was I able to climb to this tune here very fast? Most importantly, you see, most of the leaders that you guys are having here, they have progressed very fast because it is because of the networks they have done. It's because of the networks they have earned. But why are our people not progressing in life? Why are our people not progressing in life? And they have done working for 2 years with no tangible results. Leaders to swallow. Leaders to swallow. Leaders to swallow. We are getting ashamed. We are working very good, but we are working very good as if I'm sharing my screen again shortly. Is my screen visible? Someone tell me if my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
The way we are working very good, we are working very good as if we are in employment. The way we are working very good, do you really expect Reiki to start paying you 10 million? Do you really expect Reiki to start paying you 100 million a year? Do you when you look into yourself, because now we need self-evaluation. When you look through, would you see Reiki paying you a tune of maybe $30,000 a year from your trading capital XYZ? I don't want to mention it. Trading capital, because I have made an analysis and came up and of course observed that most African traders don't make it to $10,000. Even on this call, you may realize there's only one person or two people of $10,000. Or maybe none. I'm not saying that $10,000 is the apex, 30%. Sorry. And with this, when you make 30% of $10,000, you are good. Now, with 11 million monthly, you are sure you can live a comfortable life. When you keep doing this, you have already made over 120 millions a full year. With this, you can buy anything you want. Now, you're here and you cannot make even 500, because it's a small amount of money, by the way. Okay, I want to say, I don't want to overstretch to set the bar very high, but what was that what was that motivating factor? I had longed for so long to see that I wanted to make 10K in my Binance. Nze nali nga njagala nnyo okuba n'omutwalo gwa $1 mu Binance. Neebuuza bagwina bakola batya nga nkula. You're going to work your you cannot see money. Does that mean you're going to work your networks are like that? You're going to work very hard. And there is no pay actually, no pay, no food to eat. You can't buy bills, you can't pay for your bills. But you're working very hard. You're talking to 100 people a day. 100 people a day. Is the ambassador joking? You are talking to 100, you are prospecting to 100 people a day. But you understand that there's what you call a 20-80 rule. Sometimes you're going to work very hard, but you have little pay. So now, at times it's going to reach when you consistently keep working, you're going to realize that the time is going to come when you can do a few activities, then you make 10 million in a month. You got your gigs. Sometimes it's going to come when you don't do anything, don't actually touch anything, and you are able to make 500 million, just like Julius in a year. What is your goal? What is your goal? What is your income goal for the next 3 months? For the next 100 days? What is chasing you? I can authoritatively say this. Human is when you have something that is chasing you, you're going to work. But if you don't have anything chasing you, you're going to remain flat. From experience, there was a time when I was looking for my V4. I worked day and night. For starters, most of you, if you're already V1 today, for starters, you need to work for 15 hours. How much time do you give to your business? For starters, Eric Wale says, work for 15 hours. You guys know Eric Wale? Eric Wale says, work for 15 hours. As a starter, work for 15 hours. Wake up very early in the morning at 5. Work until it is 11, maybe in the evening. Because guess what? If you keep doing similar things that you've been doing, bosigala okola bintu byokoleri bobadde mu wino ng'okola for the last 10 years nga tebikuwadde results, you are going to waste the same time here in RoyalQ. I should come back to camera and give you a confirmation of the same. Kanchiddemu, I want to repeat this. Authoritatively, I want to repeat this. If you continue doing the same things you have done for the past 10 years, because so many of it is funny in Africa, if you're 30 years, most likely you have worked about 5 jobs or 10, and you have already wasted some time there, about 7 years working. I'm trying to be honest. In Africa, if you're 40 years, you have tried to work for some, and 40 years and you're not successful, you don't have money on you, serious monies, you're not in the middle class, what have you. You have most likely worked for the last 15 years. For most of us, I want to be honest, you are most likely have worked for 15 years earlier, or maybe 10 or 7. Now, this is telling you, the moment you keep doing the same things you have been doing previously, on your previous encounters, engagements, and what have you, you are going to remain the same person. Has that sunk in your head? Can someone tell me, give me one in the chat of Chukuyingi Dejo. I'm giving points now. Points. Give me one in the chat. Go to the chat and give me one if you understand what I'm talking about. Bosiga lokola kicho badoko le mabega. Mowino, Dubai, nga you're the same person.
That's it.
Nga you're the same person doing the same things over and over again. For the past 10 years, moderator, could you please mute this person here? Moderator, could you please mute this person here? We are soon finalizing. Njagala kikuddiramu okitegeere bulungi. Even if you don't understand anything, even if you don't understand my name, it is okay. But understand this. If you remain, because ekikusibye olwaliro mu mbeera gy'olimu ya finances, one reason why you are like that financially, it's because of your previous engagements and encounters and mistakes. Because of the previous mistakes you've been committing. When you you have been jumping from one opportunity to another, thinking there is magic. So many of you think you are going to wake up. There are people who have been in Reiki for the past 3 years. They have never even crossed the V2. They have never even made 5 million in a month. They have never even made 500 a monthly, $500 monthly. And someone is in Reiki making $1 million shillings. Someone is in Reiki and they are struggling to make $1 million shillings. You're in Reiki, a golden opportunity. You're struggling to make $1 million shillings. Colleagues, you're in Reiki, but you're struggling to make $500. Come on. That's a little amount of money. $500. $500. So, the moment you remain with the same mindset, the same attitude towards business, ojja kubanga owa border. If there is a border person here, please listen. You see, most of the people that we have here in Africa, in an economic setting of Africa, okulya, eating, we must first work. Can't you them? You say border person, I want to relate to a border guy. A border guy wakes up in the morning with no money at all. Sometimes with no money at all. Now, they have maybe 20,000. They worked from a previous engagement the previous day. Now, they're going to pick 10,000 and they give it to the wife in quotes. Then they pick 5,000 Uganda shillings. They pay for fuel. Then they remain with some 5,000. Some don't even have any money on them. Now, they need to first come to town to make the money. You have done that for the past 10 years. I believe you have done that for the past 10 years. But don't you think it's now high time for you to quit whatever mistakes you have committed? I understand you have been behaving from hands to mouth. Museveni usually uses such things, hands to mouth, from hand to mouth. That for you to make money, you need to first go to Kampala. That for you to make money, you need to first drive and go to town or somewhere. Colleagues, when is the best time for us to live such a kind of lifestyle? That for us to get money, we need to first go to Chukubo and hustle. For us to get money, we need to first go to Owino or maybe elsewhere you hustle from and make the money. Just like you see the average people down there. They have to wake up, go to town, then suddenly after a month, they make some 1 million. But you have a golden opportunity that we have in our time. Who knows, we may not have such an opportunity in the future. That one, I am making a lot of money, above $3,000 a month, but a lot of money with no taxes. A lot of money, a lot of costs to make that money. I don't incur a lot of costs to make that money. Actually, for me to make 10 million and above, I incur almost 1 million. As costs, maybe movement, what have you, maybe buying Zoom, maybe buying for other things, maybe my own, you see? But in other businesses, how much big do you go? In other businesses, if you're honest, if you want to make 10 million in business XYZ that you know outside there, how much money do you need to invest in such a business? For me to make 10 million here, I can equally invest maybe 1 million. And that is out of my personal will. Nze wanokola million 10 Royal nspendinga ku data wa mitwalo maybe 2. Maybe nika transport akatini chini yao ngezeko mu town. Maybe n'okulya yako mu restaurant yao. Lagire kale katubalente million emu. But I want to ask you, if you had a business in Chukubo, for you to have a turnover of 10 million, how much would you have invested? How much would you have invested? So we have a great opportunity. Governments tezina kujja twekwatako ku bisubi nnyo kiri awo. But now we are still playing in the same opportunity nga mutuzanyira. And even if all of us were given wings, some of us could fail to fly. Am I communicating? And even when all of us have been given wings, some of us will fail to fly. But we cannot fly. Am I communicating? Because I have done activities as a money making, but I've not seen an action like Roku. Very simple, like what? Like meat. I don't know. The gig is no minced meat, minced potatoes. When I look at Roku is a minced potato to me. I'd struggled a lot to make money. I'd never broken through as an individual. I want to close this conversation. I had never broken through. Now, here we have people in our team. Thank God this conversation is going to the people that we want, the right audience, that people that have a robot. The right audience, people who have a robot, people who are struggling to get finances, to check their finances, people who are struggling to buy basics. We have we have people in our team that are struggling to buy basics. But they are doing that year in, year out. And sometimes our teams are telling us so many excuses. And a person of my caliber, because I would give so many excuses. Imagine I gave so many excuses back in time. Juliet, imagine I give so many excuses. You're my downline, you already know my story. Imagine if I gave so many excuses. I'm short, I am tall, I'm 1 kilogram, I am thin, I don't have the money, I don't have what to eat, I am what? I have a short head, my head is not good, I don't have a master's degree, I don't have this, my parents died long time ago, I don't have data, I don't have what? I could not have, I will not have, I will have, I will do what? These are the similar excuses that we keep giving to ourselves. I would have done, but I don't have this. I would have done this, but because of Nakagulire, I would have done this, but because of so and so. We don't own our mistakes. There's a book called Own Your Life. Bucket and napkin presentations to something. This guy is, I don't know, I'm even forgetting. Has anyone read that book? Own Your Life. What are you doing that is bringing you closer to your dreams and goals? Do you know what it means to get $100,000 and you buy a house? Do you know what it really means? You guys see these things in a movie, but do you know what it really means to pick $200,000 and buy an apartment and it belongs to you? How many people have not even made $10,000 in last year? Do you know how many people in Royal that have not made even $5,000 in the whole of last year? Because we don't have time. Next year, if you have not been able to make $5,000 last year, or even $10,000 last year in 2022, now which year are you going to make it? We have already covered the part of the bull run. With some of us don't even have capital. Some of us don't even have capital. Some of us are struggling to even have a capital size of $1,000. But I'm telling you what, when you fall up, now this brings us to what we call a fall up. Are you following up? Are you doing the money making activities? The presentation? Because so many of you don't have the capital. So many of you are struggling to even buy data bundles. So many of you are struggling. The other day I was telling colleagues of us one of the Saturdays that most of us have what we call misguided. You are misappropriating your focus. In Uganda, you find someone who don't even have 10 million Uganda shillings in their account, but they are telling you what, I would have attended the Saturday training in town, but because I am going to be part of the engagement of so and so, Wani, you understand, when you come back to town, you have to pay for the engagement. 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 You have to p you are going to demonstrate amagezi gaze. Mu Uganda bw'osanga omuntu gw'ogamba nti, you know what, come for trading on Saturday, I have paid for a venue on Saturday at Hotel XYZ, but this person will tell you, you know what, I am busy because ngenda kwanjula balongo. That is our people. Those are our people. Those are our people. Nandi badinde unina balongo bengine okwanjula wali Masaka. Kama malirize nyokembere wano. Those are our people. I would have made money, but because I'm short. I'm just saying. Nandi badinde nkola sente zona siringa kabanda. These are our people. People say I am one of the people that are, I don't know, people that are very vocal here in trainings. But you really understand my position. If maybe I prayed around, I wouldn't be top leader in East Africa today. I wouldn't have managed the organization of such events you guys have normally have. And actually, I want to appreciate leaders who saw some value in me and they worked together with me. When we started this business, there was nothing. No one knew how to trade back in time. Actually, I'm telling you, someone who came from, I think there were 2 Nigerians that were teaching on our Zoom. Now, someone who finishes the whole 2 hours on Zoom, you don't understand anything. Because probably even they have a weird what?
Accent.
Pronunciation. They have a weird accent. They don't even pronounce words properly. And this woman is not even serious about trading. They're teaching you things you don't understand at day one. Therefore, I want to tell you, we're only using what? Circle trading. Circle. You know, guys, no circle trading? That you follow some copy trading. We're following copy trading. The likes of the Judas, they didn't know how to trade. They were not serious traders. They were networkers. But today we have an opportunity. We even pay for venues that you nsoboga come. You nakagulire come. And you tell us, nze gola banakagule ndi mukabe balongo kati Masaka wano. And I'm not going to attend. Ilabuze Uganda will tell you, they are busy, but they are watching a movie. Someone will tell you, because nandi badde bwinti, but because if you want to make money, serious money is in life. Because now people in this community, they are about 7 people in this community. I won't tell you the fact. No one will ever tell you the secrets of making money. And except us, who have made some little money, and we are able to share the knowledge. Rich people will not tell you how to make the money. They will only criticize you for not working hard. No one is going to tell you how to make serious money. But I'm telling you the exact things I've applied in my business. That I wake up and follow up 50 people in a day. I wake up and present 10 presentations in a day. I wake up and do TikTok videos. I wake up and go and meet people. I wake up and have 1,000 messages on my WhatsApp. And sometimes I fail to respond to this. Now, I want you to look at the fact that today you have failed to become fit, which requires you 20 people. Now, will you man a team of 1,000 members? Will you become V4? If you have failed to make V2, you have failed to make a V2, which is just, you can wake up and become V2. Because V2 is the loudest. I can help you make V2. These things I've done them. Sponsor 20 people and they give them to you. But what about the 80 plus 8 other people, 80 people to make you V3? It is still, you can even make it to V3 and you don't make the money. You need to work up with no. You're still making the same mistakes. I had a girl. This girl told me her problems in 2022. She was earning some 600 somewhere in a job. And I told her to quit. Usually I tell you to quit. Because most of you keep wasting time. From a Lauseka job that pays you less than 1 million. And you think you'll make it in life. Yet you're living the opportunity that has the power to change your life. Vehicle has the power. Quit that bogus job. I am asking you to quit. If you don't quit, you're not going to change your life. If it requires you to, your vitals and above, victories and what, quit, go back home and focus. And those of you who are working, mutu singa chifa babere. Seriously mutu singa chi. Nakola nusu kanaana okuva mu November nga lumu paka kati mutu singa chi. Mukulu Kayinda Usama. Mukulu Kayinda Usama, are you there? Dr. Lang, I've seen Dr. Lang, my brother Dr. Lang. Dr. Lang, are you there? I have made
Yes, my brother,
$8,000. I have made
Yes, I'm here.
$8,000 from November 1st up to today. I have made $8,000 from November 1st up to today. Kati goli bize kalimu koka kuwe mitwalo nsanvu mu esatu olya oganiddawo tekigana kuyema gula vitizi yadde. Vitizi parts they are the loudest Toyotas we have in this market. You will not even buy them. Kati, what are you going to do? One, you do not have, you're going to develop characters of serious leaders. You're going to sit down, document what you want to do. Be serious. Because actually we have so many adults who are not serious. Someone is serious watching a movie, but they cannot be serious at business. They cannot, some of us cannot even sit down seriously and fall up for 20 minutes. Am I talking to someone that you cannot sit down in a corner for a serious 1 hour, power hour, and you call people, call your prospects, but you keep telling us as you're busy working on a fuel station, being paid $70. Our brothers in Europe, our brothers in the Middle East, you're struggling to make $400 a month. Something that someone can make in 2 days, in 3 days. If someone is serious like us, you can make it in 3 days, 4 days. Now, the biggest question is, why don't you settle? Make a tune of $10,000, come back home and sit down. We are a bit lazy. I want to be honest, my conversations are a bit hard. We are lazy as individuals, lazy, that we do something small and we are tired. You make $50 in a day, you think you are great, but you can't continue making it. You cannot even be you can't be consistent making it. Uganda is hard. If for some of us who are making some good money are feeling it, what about you are making just $500 a month, struggling to make $500 a month? I want to be honest. Sometimes I feel Uganda is hard. The economy is squeezing. I'm telling you, changing your life requires at least $3,000, 10 million and above. That is, you are able to make about 300 million in a full year. You can buy a house, you can buy a farm in the village, you can do this, you can pay for your kids comfortably without suffocating your life. But how long are we going to be suffocating? Some of us have grown up in very bad conditions. Now, you have grown up in a bad condition. You are even selling kids in a bad condition. You are getting women in a bad condition. So now you're repeating generational. But we have the potential to change this, don't we? Colleagues, don't we have the potential to change this?
We do.
Now, why don't we take the matter upon ourselves and work extremely hard? Has anyone ever died because of hard work? Dr. Langa is here. Have you ever diagnosed someone and they are dead because of they have worked hard and they have died?
No.
Have you ever had someone that Kabuli has died because they have worked hard? Hard work doesn't kill anyone. Hard work doesn't kill anyone. Now, people here are lazy. You pay for Zoom training, you call them, they don't come. But they expect to get money. Here we don't, we expect to deserve. People here expect to deserve. I will get money. We live on hope. Now 5 years later, you're there on hope. Mukama alidda. Kukibawo kibe bire memba amina. for God and for the sake of what God knows what for yasalawo. We live on hope that maybe this Buran can give me money. It won't give you money. So this Buran is going to leave most of you very broke. I'm not saying I'm a prophet of doom. Kainda and Mr. Aolanga, you're here, and Juliet, you guys are here. Most of you are going to live when you're very broke. You think this Buran is very fun? It is going to take about 4 months. Serious Buran. It can happen in 4 months, but it won't find you with the capital. It won't find you with a net team. So what are you going to use to make money? You don't have a team. You don't have capital. Because I have had colleagues say, you know what? If I just make 5 million, I can open this trade here. I have trades that have close to 30 million, but I'm not moving. I'm not saying trading doesn't give you money, but I have trades here. I'm going to open these trades. If I rather open these trades for you, can see them. Because I hear colleagues say, if I can make 5 million and bring it into trades. Am I communicating? I don't want to take a lot of time, but some of these conversations are required because so many of us are playing. What's wrong with my network? So many of us are playing. Someone says, you know what? If I get, someone would see that, you know what? Singantula once in a million butan. Some adult person will tell you, Singantula million butan, which is $1,350. That my life will be sorted. Average thinking. This is for the average people. You know these people are average? I don't know, you guys have seen average people? Have you guys seen such people? Singa afuna kopulita akampe mitwale agawala imamaze. Has anyone seen such people? Juliet, have you seen such people?
Yes.
Singa agawala afuna kopulita akampe mitwale nze nsito nyongera.
Beba single.
These are the people who come here and tell me, I am looking for 5 million to start trading and I will never turn my life around. These trades I'm showing you, they have close to 30 million, but they're not moving. I'm not saying trading is bad, but I'm showing you the potential and the power and the opportunity of this robot that we need to stop working for food. It is high time we stopped working for food. Most of you now, what happens is if you put, if you have worked hard as Nakagulide, you have brought 6 million, it is here. But the trade is spending so much of its time in the market. The trade is spending close to a month in the market. What will you eat? What will you? Because so many of traders in Uganda are using the same capital to make a small amount of returns to pay for bills. People here are lazy. They bring 5 million and they think they have brought $50 billion. Because now you're going to remain in the rat race or rat race. You won't change your life completely. If some of us who are consistently making a million in Uganda, we are not changing life completely at the same time. But what about you who is just slowly making some $500? Can you demo over? People will tell you, life is hard here. I have colleagues that have met and they're earning 15 million, 18 million, but they are crying because of debt. When do you ever see yourself living the debt burden, the debt zone? Or you want to die and leave generational debt to your kids? Mortgage, from the phone to the car, to the mortgage, to the house, everything is loaned. When do we ever work hard and we don't have loans? But you can. We have an opportunity that is beautiful. You have a beautiful opportunity that you can just wake up and follow people. I'm trying to finalize, colleagues. I'm trying to finalize. It's been a long, full hour course. When do we wake up and get serious? We start prospecting 100 people a day. Then make lots of money. At this point, we're able to make some money. We're able to pay for our bills, and bills are no longer suffocating us. We don't have debt. Our kids are attending the best schools. We're attending the best medical care. Our kids are going for the best vacations. Ebintu ebimu babakolera baani. Colleagues who understand Luganda, bino ebintu ebimu babikolera baani. Now, suppose the bull run starts today. You don't even have $10,000. What are you going to do? You don't have a team. Because I've been telling you to build a team. It's now 9 months, and you feel this business doesn't work. Now, as I finalize this conversation, why do you feel this business doesn't work on your side, yet it works for others? The comment section is open. Why do you have a feeling this business is only working for the few? And most of you think because you have not made a lot of money, you think it is the people who came first are making a lot of money. There are people who came first, there are people who came earlier than me and have made more money than them. Do you think we use magic? There are people who came here and have more ranks than them. Because someone is serious. We have young people in the crypto ambassadors. There's this youngest V4. This guy is just 22. Someone knows Atin is 22. This guy in 1 year he has made close to $20,000. And for the matter of fact, he's buying a car, he's buying some Nua, I think Nua 2012. He has already paid the full amount, close to 40 million. The young man is 22. He came in Reiki when all of us were seeing. This young man is 22. His car is almost coming, is coming on 15th of February. The young man is 22, he's buying a very big car like this, and he just came on TikTok. He started as a V1. People are treating the business as an hobby. My brother Akim said, people are treating the business as an hobby. But these young men know what they have been through in the past. H2 when Roku fails, you're not going to succeed. I'm not saying I'm a prophet of doom, but when you fail Roku, you're not going to succeed anywhere else. For the matter of fact, I have done those activities in the for the past 10 years. I hustled through high school, through what? But never broke through. Breaking through requires a thick skin and a thick mind. No man is going to come and follow from heaven just as manna to your table. You need to go and practice some prospecting. You need to go and prospect. Even if you face thousands of rejections, if people still reject Muhammad, if still people reject stories of Muhammad and Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu and Jesus Christ, what about you? Imagine these guys have been here for the last 2,000 years plus, but people still today reject such stories. But what about you? I just come here. And someone says the floating losses are this discouraging one. Do you have a goal? Someone is telling me about floating losses. I have an average floating losses of $2,300. How much floating loss do you have? And that's one of the accounts. I'm running about several accounts here. But how much are we going to stop giving excuses? Because that's one of the excuses, unless you're new to this call and conversation. Because this is something you're not going to control. But you need to work through it, understand. This is the wife I married. She's like this. I understand. For us, for good. Am I crying? Has anyone seen me crying about floating losses? I want to open my page again. Has anyone seen me crying? Don't I have a floating loss of about $600? I want to go back to my page. Unless you're new to this channel and unless you're new to this call. I have a floating loss here that is in an average of 2,340 USDT, but I'm not crying on the groups. I am focusing on building my team. And this team is able, because I'm a V4, it is able to give me about from at least 2,000 to 3,050 maybe, $3,500. Just like in November, the team gave me 17 million in November. And in December, the market was bad. The team paid me 10 million. And January is bad. I want to say the January is bad, but I've been able to make over 4 million this January. The market is as bad as it is, crossing to 5 million. Now, in the same story, in the same boat of us being with wings, but we cannot explore. And in the same economy that you say it's bad, the same floating losses. You guys have seen I have a floating loss of close to 9 million. But have you seen me crying over the groups? That nzenga kagulire sobola kola kino, nzenga nsubuga sinacho sa kola kino. Now, as mature people, when you come back home and you keep crying about something you cannot control, I don't have time. You need to have a thick skin. You're going to remain average all the time. You're going to work until when you're 50. It is hard to find. I usually find people who are 50 and they're working to get $10,000. Rather, there are people who are 50. You guys in Uganda can see these people. Have you guys seen people who are 50, 60 and they're looking for 10,000 shillings in a day? They're riding a motorcycle. They're driving a taxi, very old taxi of 1998. And the average people seated in that taxi. Am I communicating? If we don't stop giving excuses, we are not changing our lives. And moreover, for us to keep moving on, because for us, if you don't work, you can never be friends with me for the next 1 year. Now, this Buran, we are going to see. If you don't have the money, no connections. But this is an opportunity for all of us. The poor, the rich, those who don't have a background, those whose parents died later, earlier, we have the same opportunity. God has placed the opportunity for both of us, for all of us rather. If you're not in opportunity, equal opportunities commission. This is like equal opportunities commission. No government, no connection, no education, no what. Now you're a graduate who fails to work this business and make 50 million or 10 million in a year. What about the Mugiras who never even went to school? We have a colleague just bought a Markex Premium. Over $10,000, but this person never went to school. At least you have a senior 4. At least you have a senior 6 certificate. At least you have a diploma. At least you have a degree. But you are seated on that potential. Now, my purpose tonight was to pull out that potential, was to reignite that potential, was to reignite that dead spirit within you, and it will empower you to work hard. I am castigating you to help you wake up from that slumberland. We are sleeping. 5 years down the road, you have worked to work you and you don't have the money. You have spent, now you're only spending time in Reiki and without the money. But there are people who are looking at us, the enemies, the haters, they're looking at us all the time. Our parents, we have promised our wives that I'm going to work with Reiki and this is something that's going to pay for our bills entirely. What if Reiki wakes up in the morning, it's not here? You have not even made 100 million, you have not even made 50 million, you have not made anything. Some of you have even struggled to make even, you find someone in a full year, they have made 3 million in a robot. Colleagues, as I come to the end of this conversation, whatever I've said tonight is because of the goodwill and good spirit I have for you. The love, the parental love I have for my colleagues. This is just parental love. I sometimes look at the poor people and I want to cry. I sometimes look at people who never made a serious decision back in time and I want to cry. Sometimes I look at people and I want to cry, giving me excuses after excuses, and they are languishing in the Middle East. We are sending our people to the Middle East to work hard as slaves, and people cannot sit down and work, but they're able to work into slavery. They're able to enslave themselves, but they cannot sit on their work. I get hurt. Sometimes I want to cry when our sisters and brothers leave for Middle East to go and make $300 in a month. I want to cry, and with the notion make a lot of money. But Reiki gives you the potential and the power to make $3,000, $5, $10, what have you. Does anyone make you serious? Yes. Can I mention some top leaders? With Dixon just made 55 million in what? In November. What are you doing in your country? Where would you want to see your kids go to school? Which kind of medical care do you want your kids to attend? What kind of retirement do you want for your kids? I've started working on my retirement. Are you working on your retirement? Are you making the same mistakes your parents did made, and you're following suit to your long mistakes? And you're putting your kids in that generational curse of poverty. We can change poverty if you're really hardworking, if you really don't have excuses. It is easy to make money today, but what about consolidating it for the next 10 years, generations to come? Colleagues, as I wind up, I want to pray for you and ask you, the mighty Lord, to protect you and give you the money that you need and help you to learn the money making activities. Learn how to follow up. How do you make conversations? How do you start conversations? How do you make phone calls? How do you follow up? How do you start conversations with new strangers to aiming at making some money? You are good. You have an opportunity. You are good at something. Use that profession. Use that vocation to learn something. Trading is a skill. Learn it. If you want to learn trading, learn trading. It is a payable skill. Very well paying skill. If you learn networking, it has paid off. Do you think it is easy talking for 2 hours non-stop? Do you think it is easy? Nothing is free. I'm giving in this time because I love the people on this call. You're my brother. Just like Jesus, they asked him, your brother, they told him, brothers are looking for your mother. They said, who is my mother? It is the people that I'm with that understand the power of God. And I mean, they're the people that I call my brothers and sisters. You're the people that I call brothers and sisters that understand crypto. Anyone that understands crypto is my brother and my sister. I'm spending time here because I love you. I'll be asking because I'm very tired. But I'm coming here to tell you it is really possible. Able to make it to V4 and soon going to V5. What about you who is 10 kilogram and above? I want to invite my brother, Kainda Usama, and return the microphone to him. And I want to thank you for according me all this time. According me all this time. Thank you for attending this call. I want you to go back and work. Next time when we meet, you're able to make over $10,000 in a given year, or a given 6 months, or a given quarter. Thank you so much. I want to salute you. My brother, the mic, I return the microphone to you. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Kainda Usama, are you there?
Wow, I'm here, sir. Fantastic. Let us appreciate. Let's give him a round of applause. People, please, before you leave, let's appreciate our trainer for sure. Thank you so much, Ambassador Hanniks, for this great word. I think some of us we have learned something. Have we learned something? If you have learned something, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs
مشكلة.
up. If you have learned something, let me tell you something. Let's
network ekutemu.
Netiwaaka y'omukulembeze etabuseemuuko.
Network. I can't hear anything.
Let's do way to speak English since it is an international platform.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sorry for that. Maybe we have missed Mr. Osama, but I don't know if he's trying to rejoin. Bedouin, you guys have had an opportunity to understand a few things. You understand, you work hard and make the money. You understand, implement, you can implement, apply, make the money. Whatever you've learned tonight, it's out of total love. Total love and kindness. As we get Mr. Osama on board. Mr. Osama, have you joined? Sure, sing in.
Can you hear me now?
Sure.
Can
You
you
can
then
talk.
say it again? Because the voice are coming back.
Okay, thank you so much. I think now people can hear me. I don't know where I stopped. But we were appreciating our
There is a
leader.
lot of
Let's do
feedback
it once
in the
more.
background.
Let's give him a round of applause. Man, the guy has shared with us the best training this week for sure. For me, I've learned a lot from his story, and I want to tell you this: we want to create more successful stories. Every Sunday, we are going to be bringing you here leaders, different leaders who have really made it in this business, to share with you their experience in the business. Sometimes we have excuses. We'll be there and we're like, for me, I can't do the business. I'm too busy. I'm going to bring you a leader who has built the business and they are busy too. You get the point? Some people, they are like, for me, I don't know English. I'll bring someone who never even speaks English and he has built the business and is rich now. Some people, you have excuses. For me, I'm a woman. Women don't build this business. What are you talking about? We have women who are really doing it. Some people be like, for me, I'm a student. I'm busy. Some people be like, for me, I'm working abroad. I'm in Saudi Arabia. I'm in Jordan. I don't have time. What are you talking about? We have people who are really doing it. So every Sunday, please tune in. And next Sunday, come with the downline. Don't be in this training alone. Otherwise, thank you so much. Have a time. See you next Sunday.
Guys, good evening. Good evening, guys.
Evening.
For the meeting,